Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Beat flow.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Ready, blue 80, 58, green 17.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Winston. They complete it to Hill. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Winston. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. Go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They begin the drive with Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Look at me, zipper.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up 4th down. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, number 28, Mike, check in. You ready? Mike 28. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 28.
Sunday, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Shepard deep. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here comes Grant on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Watch 18, watch 18. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Rock it. Let's make these babies. Yep.
Showing it. Check 22.
Big rip.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Ready. Black 22.
Check girls.
Flip.
Jam.
Off the draw, here's Hill. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Justice Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I don't even know why this team showed. Watch the area. Bang. Let's go. Get that.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got it complete. Mike Davis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. His throw incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. And this
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Mike 28. Mike 28.
They go play action. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where rush coming, and he's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Parker, the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And a touchdown there to help them expand the lead.
All you're looking for is as much separation between you and the other team as possible. They've got to feel good about what that touchdown gives them.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Come get some. He don't want it. Check. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
You're out. Fair. Defense.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Parker unable to get that one. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And some space here. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Let's go.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
Look at me. Go. Look, squeeze.
Rush in. Safe. Hey, alert 3. Watch the safety creep.
Protein spill.
Check 31. Check 9.
Hey, lock it.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let one go deep for... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Following the interception, Winston. Past the 20. He's got his man. It's Curse. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Jameis now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And this is caught by Curse. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
We want it. Come to my world.
To the air again with Winston. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Sterling Shepard in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people...
And now here is another interception. Picked Picked off at about the 31. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's coming.
Leo.
He's coming. Double up.
Shoot.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Blue draw Corkers. Go. Go.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. He was looking for Parker that time. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready. Black 45.
53. Check 53. I don't think you got it, son. Check.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On 3rd down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this 2nd half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Back to throw here. And it's caught by Parker. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
6-6, bullet high.
Back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Colts get a bit closer. Hopkins with the extra point, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
Green, triple team.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Wild Bill. 53.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. It got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Go on.
2nd and 15. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devontae Parker, 87 yards. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Winston. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kaiser White. Parker, the intended target. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. T.Y. Hilton there to make the grab. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, brother?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before.
And Winston lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Colts 21.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. You know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Flip it. Here I come again. Check safety. Under 10.
Jameis to throw it. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. It's hauled in by Shepard. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. He fights him off. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 51 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
This is caught, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Watch the twist. Watch go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully